Hey everybody, welcome to Corporal Punishment's first political YouTube video. First, I'd like to start with a bit of credentialing. This is a plaque I got when I was an instructor at the sapper school for the Marine Corps. And what a sapper is it's basically an advanced course for combat engineers and makes us experts in explosive and recon, things like that, sneaking behind enemy lines, blowing stuff up. So, I know my way around explosives, and I wanted to talk about the Boston bombing because I think it's going to be used to take away a lot of our freedoms. So, when I first heard about the Boston bombing, I had two predictions right off the bat. Never read an article or anything about it. And these two predictions were, number one, that there would be drills run that day by law enforcement personnel that covered the scenario that actually occurred that day. And the reason why that's easy to predict is because that happened at 9/11. There were drills that they were running that they were for planes hitting the Twin Towers. There were drills in London on the 7/7 bombings for bombing trains. There was a drill the day of Oklahoma City bombing for that building to be bombed, and ATF showed up already in their bomb gear and all that good stuff. So, what the drills are cover for the government to run what's called a false flag. And what that is something nasty that you do, and you blame it on somebody else so that you can then get the people to rally behind whatever nasty deed was done, and then either ban freedoms or to ostracize particular groups of people like the Jews in Nazi Germany and whatnot. So, now let's talk about the bombing a little bit. My second prediction was that these bombings are going to be either done with gunpowder as the explosive charge, which isn't really an explosive, it's a propellant, and we'll go over that, or tannerite. And tannerite is an explosive, but it is commonly available, and your gun enthusiast will buy it to make exploding targets and whatnot. So, first of all, let's cover the differences between the propellant and an explosive. Well, actually, let me get to why that is in my prediction. And the reason why gunpowder is the prediction for the explosive / propellant of choice is because they are going to use this event to strictly curtail people from buying ammunition or reloading supplies. You're going to have to get an ammunition certificate like you do in Connecticut, an ammunition eligibility certificate. So now let's cover propellants and explosives and what they're capable of. So here's a shotgun shell, and it's full of gunpowder. The difference between an explosive and a propellant is a propellant burns while an explosive actually detonates. And the difference between the two is just how fast the chemical breakdown process takes. You know, a propellant burns and it breaks down pretty quickly, but it's not almost instantaneous like you have with an explosive. So here I've cut open my shotgun shell, and if I remove this cardboard wad, which is in there pretty tightly, and a plastic one, then I get to my powder. And we all know what guns sound like when they go off. They have a bang, they explode, right? Well, not if it's not contained.